If you're in the market for a top streaming device, Chromecast with Google TV is one streaming dongle you'll want to take a look at.
Definitely, but does it have the features you're looking for at the price you want to pay? That's what we're going to answer in our Chromecast with Google TV review.
Yeah, we'll cover the price, we'll show you what's included in the box, we'll quickly walk you through setup, and we'll show you what it's like to use it.
We'll also cover some of the features, what apps are on it, and how it integrates with Dolby, Bluetooth technology, and streaming in 4K.
Now let's start with the price and what's in the box. At time of filming, Chromecast with Google TV costs $50. That's more than Roku 4K, which you can get for $40, and some Amazon Fire Stick models. It's also about $15 more than the TiVo Stream 4K, which we reviewed recently. Right now, Google is actually running a deal where they will give you 3 months of HBO Max or 6 months of standard Netflix at a discount when you purchase a Chromecast with Google TV. You can be a current subscriber to get the Netflix deal, but you must be a new subscriber to snag the HBO Max deal.
As for what's in the box, you'll get a dongle device to stick into an HDMI port on your TV, a remote, 2 AAA batteries for the remote, a power adapter to plug into the wall, and a cord to connect it to the Chromecast dongle. You'll also get a brief getting started guide.
Now let's take a closer look at the remote quickly. It comes in 3 colors, snow, sunrise, and sky, but the most common color is white or snow, which is the one that we bought. At the top of the remote is a selector wheel with a center button that you use to move on screen up, down, right, and left, as well as to fast forward and rewind through content. You use the center button to select items and pause content. The next 2 buttons are a left arrow button and the Google Assistant button. The first allows you to go back a level while navigating through the interface. The darker button activates the Google Assistant, which you can use to open content and start shows with your voice.
Next, there's a home button that takes you back to the Google TV home screen. To the right of that is a mute button. Then there's buttons for YouTube and Netflix, so you can launch those streaming services with one click.
Yeah, now Chromecast with Google TV also allows you to reprogram those for other streaming services if you'd like. It requires a few extra steps, but it can be handy. And finally, at the bottom of the remote, there's a power button that you can use to power on or off your TV as well as the Chromecast, and to the right of that, there's an input button that you can use to switch to other devices you have connected to your TV. The volume up and down buttons are located on the right side of the remote.
Setting up the Chromecast on your TV is pretty simple. You just plug the dongle into an HDMI port on your TV. You plug the power adapter into the wall and use the included USB-C cord to connect the Chromecast to the power supply. Google says that your TV may be able to power the device itself, so you can try that and potentially avoid the power cord. Once you put the batteries in your remote and get the Chromecast connected, it will automatically pair with your TV and begin the setup process.
If you have an Android phone and a Gmail account, you can use those to speed up the setup process and use your phone instead of the remote. This is what we did. The entire process took about 15 minutes, and the longest part was just waiting for the Chromecast to install the streaming apps that we selected during setup.
Now let's move on to what it's like to use Chromecast with Google TV. First of all, Google TV is the new and improved Android TV system. If you're familiar with Android TV, you'll find Google TV just as easy to use and even a bit better as Google has given it an upgrade. It now provides much better recommendations of shows and movies you might like to watch.
Once you launch Google TV by pressing the home button on the Chromecast remote, you'll see the home screen with 6 options across the top: search, for you, movies, shows, apps, and library. When you buy or rent a video with Google TV, it's added to your library tab. And we don't have any titles yet, so our library is empty. To the right of that is your account information. When you click on it, you can see the time, you can see any notifications, and you can set up other profiles, including kids' profiles.
Now let's look at those options one by one. While you can use your remote to type in something you want to watch, Google is going to push you to use the voice feature. The search assistant integrates with your Google Calendar, photos, and other listening preferences. If you use Google Calendar, email, and other items, you can use the voice remote to ask what's next on your calendar or to play a recent podcast. You can also use it to find a TV show or movie.
Now, we tested that with The Phantom Menace and found it launched Disney Plus and the show pretty quickly. It even put us back at the exact spot where we left off watching the movie, so that was pretty slick.
Next up is the For You tab. In the first row, you'll see titles that you have been watching in various streaming service apps. So in our feed, it's showing content from Hulu, Disney Plus, and HBO Max, since that's what we've been watching most recently.
Next, you'll see a row of popular streaming apps, including all of the ones that you selected during install. Clicking See More takes you to more apps. As you scroll down, you'll see content organized into different categories like popular movies and action, and many others.
You'll also see price and Rotten Tomatoes scores for every title, as well as the streaming service where you can watch that title. This is just like TiVo Stream 4K, which also runs on Google TV.
Now, as you keep scrolling, you'll see more categories like drama, fantasy, and even YouTube. And as you can see, it's recommending videos from our YouTube channel. What can we say? We like watching our stuff. I guess we know quality when we see it. Below that, there are even more categories of content. Google TV really does try hard to help you find what you want to watch.
Yeah, which is why they also include options along the top to filter content by just movies or shows and give you a library where you can access items you've purchased. Unlike other streaming devices, there is no side menu. Google tries to keep it simple, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, now if you have a Sling TV, YouTube TV, or Philo TV subscription, you can link your account to Google TV and you can watch live TV using a live tab that will appear in that top menu once you connect one of those three services. To link an account, you'll need to use the Google Home app on your phone or device. After authorizing Google TV to access your account, a cable light grid will appear when you click the live tab. Channels from your live service will populate there. You can just click on a show to watch it.
We think the integration is nice, but really wish they'd integrate with more services. Other devices like Roku, Fire devices, and even the TiVo Stream 4K will pull in free TV services like Tubi or Pluto, along with pay ones like Sling in a grid-like format under Live option on their menu. Now let's move on to a few more features and then wrap up with our take on this streaming device. There are over 6,500 apps on Chromecast with Google TV, so whatever you're looking for, you're going to find it here. In addition to the voice search and recommended titles features we've already covered, it's also important to know that it supports streaming 4K content, integrates well with Bluetooth technology, and accommodates Dolby Vision and Atmos surround sound tech.
It also makes it very easy to cast anything from your Android phone or device to your TV. And the fact that it supports Bluetooth makes it easy to connect wireless speakers and headphones to your TV viewing experience as well. So now let's move on to our take. Is Chromecast with Google TV a good option for cord cutters? Well, for those looking to cut the cord on cable, the Chromecast's strongest selling point is its ability to recommend relevant shows and movies for you to watch, and the fact that it integrates content from all the major streaming services into the home screen.
Just like YouTube TV, it's simple. There's just one top menu and an overall pretty good user experience. However, what makes it great is also its downfall in our opinion. We think it weighs content recommendations too heavily toward Google products and services. As we cover in our Roku 4K stick review, the Roku streaming stick is similarly priced, offers a clean, simple user experience, and is service agnostic, meaning it doesn't push you toward any one streaming service over another.
Yeah, other opportunities for improvement in the Chromecast with Google TV come with the remote. The lack of universal rewind or fast forward controls is clunky, and we experience some lagging in the app closing down on us unexpectedly or taking 10 seconds or longer at times to load content.
So how can you know if the Chromecast with Google TV is right for you? Well, we think it comes down to how many other Google services or products you own. Do you use an Android smartphone or device?
Do you have a Google and Gmail account? How about a Nest or other Google Smart products?
Do you subscribe to YouTube TV? If your answer to most of those questions is yes, you may find Chromecast with Google TV to be the ideal streaming device, similar to how you'd feel about Apple TV Plus, which we reviewed recently if you also own Apple computers, phones, devices, and smart products. Both tech giants create products and services across the digital spectrum, and the more of them you have, the fuller experience you'll have with their streaming devices.
So, if you're a Google aficionado, you'll like Chromecast with Google TV. If, however, you're like us and you have a mix of tech devices and products in your home, you may prefer Roku, as it offers the most simple experience without pushing you to one service or another.
Yeah, and if you're looking for a budget option that integrates with Sling TV and yet still runs on Google TV, you may prefer the TiVo Stream 4K. Ultimately, it comes down to what you watch and how much you want to pay.
All right, well, that does it for this review. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Do you have Chromecast with Google TV? What do you think of the upgrade and the new Google TV?
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you can receive our latest streaming news and reviews when they drop. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in our next video.